Welcome to the Daily Radio Bible for Kids. The day is November the 9th. My name is Hunter, and we are reading through the Bible. That's something we do every day. We take time in God's Word. We let His Word take its time on us. Kids from all around the world gather here to listen to these amazing stories from the Bible, from Genesis all the way to the book of Revelation. And today we are back in the book of Acts. Paul was a prisoner on a ship at sea when a terrible storm came up. How did he react? Let's find out. Acts 27. When a light wind began blowing from the south, the sailors thought they could make it. So they pulled up anchor and sailed close to the shore of Crete. But the weather changed abruptly, and a wind of typhoon strength called a northeaster caught the ship and blew it out to sea. They couldn't turn the ship into the wind, so they gave up and let it run before the gale. We sailed along the sheltered side of a small island named Coada, where with great difficulty we hoisted aboard the lifeboat being towed behind us. Then the sailors bound ropes around the hull of the ship to strengthen it. They were afraid of being driven across to the sandbars of Citrus off the African coast, so they lowered the sea anchor to slow the ship and were driven before the wind. The next day, as gale-force winds continued to batter the ship, the crew began throwing cargo overboard. The following day, they took some of the ship's gear and threw it overboard. The terrible storm raged for many days, blotting out the sun and the stars, until at last all hope was gone. No one had eaten for a long time. Finally, Paul called the crew together and said, "Men, you should have listened to me in the first place and not left Crete. You would have avoided all this damage and loss. But take courage. None of you will lose your lives, even though the ship will go down. For last night an angel of God to whom I belong and whom I serve stood beside me, and he said, 'Don't be afraid, Paul, for you will surely stand trial before Caesar. What's more, God in his goodness has granted safety to everyone sailing with you. So take courage, for I believe God. It will be just as he said. But we will be shipwrecked on an island.'" Wow, what a moment. High seas adventure, visions at night, angels coming and giving messages. Incredible. Paul never stopped trusting God. He says so here at the very end of the passage. I believe God. In the midst of all this loss and damage, in the middle of a storm, Paul believed God. And you know what else I found so interesting in this story today? Was that in the middle of a storm, Paul was encouraged by that vision he got at night. Sometimes that can happen. Sometimes we can ask for it. Sometimes we can ask God, will you help me? I'm going through a hard time now. I just need some clarity. I need to see things that I can't see right now. And he will. He'll encourage you. He'll give you a vision. He'll give you hope. And that, my friend, is such great news. Well, hey, we've done it. We've done it again. We've spent another day in the Bible, and I plan on being back here again tomorrow to do the same thing. Right back here in the Tin Can Turtle, the Airstream trailer, mobile studio, and abode of Heather, my wife, the Wonder Dog Finn, and myself. Currently on the Oregon coast, the beautiful Oregon coast. But tomorrow, we're going to share some time again. Until that time, let's go forward. Let's go forward in God's joy. Let's let his joy be our strength. And let us always remember this, that you are loved. No doubt about it. Alrighty, I'll talk to you again tomorrow. You guys take care.